Hello, Lance. This is your medical terms, medical history editorial page research video helper. You're going to go to readylibrary.com and then you are going to click on the medical terms, medical history picture right here. Once you're here, you will click on this click here. This video will be linked here and embedded down here, and it will also be available in your Mac and VIA group. Up here is your project sheet and instructions, and so when you're on your project sheet, all this research information is right here linked to the Mac and VIA group. This is a little helper piece that I'll tell you about in just a minute. These are three of the databases that are going to have your medical images. Your video helper will be linked here. This is your APA references page template. When you click on this, it's going to ask you if you want to make a copy. Yes, you want to make a copy. Once it opens, you can change what this is up here to, you can either fill in this with your last name, medical terms, references, or you can just make it whatever you want or your teacher wants. But then you have a properly formatted references page. You are going to use APA citations, so you need a references page. Works cited pages are for MLA citations, so you're going to collect your APA citations and paste them here on this references page. You'll notice that they will need to be in alphabetical order. All the information on how to format this page is down here. Your reference or your citation should look like this when you copy and paste them, as far as the indentions and all of that stuff. So that is there for you. In the Mac and VIA group, you have the Cite This For Me app, although for this assignment you shouldn't really need that. You shouldn't really probably need to go out on the web at all. So your best medical resources are going to be in these databases. The reason I say that is because if you go online, all of that information is going to be free, and your best sources are going to be in here because these are well-researched sources. So just as a refresher, this document that I'm going to that you've seen before, we're talking about the different types of sources. For this particular assignment, you are going to want to focus on reference and nonfiction sources, as well as academic journals and scholarly journals for information for this particular topic. And so I would suggest that you start in one of the more basic databases, like for instance Student Resources and Context. And then if you're, this is my search term here, I can click on this. You'll notice over here it gives me 70 reference sources, 7 images, there are some videos here, and some academic journals. I'm probably going to want to start with reference, and then of course if I wanted to use any of these images, these are here. So for instance, if I click on reference, and I scroll down here, and let's say I want to use this particular source, then I would come over here. I can send this directly to my Google Drive if I click on this sign in with Google Drive, and then I can save this to my Google Drive. I can grab the citation right here. I'm going to want to make sure that I click APA, and this is what I'm going to put in my references page, this information right here. Okay, and then I can use this source. If I go back to heart disease, and let's say I want to use one of these images, I can click on this. Let's say I want to use this image right here. Okay, I again can click on citation tools, make sure and grab the APA citation. Any images that you use in this project, you need to provide a citation, images from the databases. Okay, so that is Student Resources and Context. Science and Context operates very similarly. Health and Wellness Resource Center is going to be another great option for you. Oops. Do I know what my search term is? Maybe. Again, there are 588 reference articles for this particular topic, magazines, you'll notice that there are 43 images in here. So this is going to be a great source for images, okay? This one works very similarly to how I just showed you for student resources and context, as far as clicking on the image or the resource and then grabbing the citation. Okay, Academic Onefile, I put this in here because this is going to have some scholarly journals in it. So if you are looking for some very specific information about a time period or whatever, you might be able to access this database for that type of information. So I put Academic Onefile in here because that's full of scholarly journals. So let's see, EBSCOhost. This is on your project sheet. Right here where I say EBSCOhost, click on Consumer Health Complete. So when you go to EBSCOhost, you're going to go to Consumer Health Complete. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put heart disease. Okay. You'll notice that I have encyclopedias, reference books, fact sheets and pamphlets, news and magazines, images and diagrams. Oops. Let's see. So depending on what kind of information you're needing will depend on which of these types of sources you want to use. So let's just say I want this. In order to get my citation in this particular database, I have to go to print, and then I have to tell it that I want the detailed citation and that I want it in APA, and then I click print, and I'm not actually printing this article, but what you will notice is that my this right here is my citation, so I can copy and paste that and put it in my references page. Okay. If there is a full text article available, you can click on it and you'll be able to see it this way. Okay, so that is Consumer Health Complete in your EBSCOhost Health and Wellness Resource Center, right? Okay, so there's a couple of other, oh, did I not put, I'm gonna add, I put a couple of ebook databases in here. So we've got EBSCO ebooks and GVRL. So you can put in here heart disease, and you can see that there's lots of different, the Gale Encyclopedia of Medicine, there's a heart disease through the decades, so there's lots of different types of books in both of these. For any of these, if you click on them, you'll be able to grab the citation and drop that into your references page. So that's the GVRL and EBSCO ebooks. Both of those are going to have lots of different medical books and that you can use for this project. Okay. I put a couple of other databases in here: Explora, Sears Issue Researcher, and Sears Discover. All three of these would be very secondary to some of these other resources that I've already showed you, but should you need to delve into the three of these, you certainly could. All of these have whenever you click on them, they all have the health option, so you can click on that, you can browse by topic, or you can come up here and in the big search box type your search term. And so you'll notice over here there are lots of choices that way, or you can put your search term up here in the search box. All of these provide APA citations as well. If you have any trouble finding information, please let me know. Like I said, your very best information is going to be available in your databases for this particular assignment. So I do not recommend going to the web for this and using WebMD or any of those types of things. You're going to find higher quality, better vetted information through the databases for this particular assignment. If you'll have any questions or you need any help, feel free to come and see me or email me, lambertin@friscoisd.org.